Hello, everyone. It is time again. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to officially announce the time has come for Midas Mode 3. That is right, my friends. The time has come, and it is time for me to start my weekly blogs once more to tell you how I'm going to do it, what the ideas are, and where I'm coming from this. So it's going to be a long process. I'm thinking, looking at the Dota calendar right now, we're shooting for April, maybe July. But as I did last time with Midas Mode, I thought I would do weekly blogs to let you guys know exactly what I'm thinking, the challenges that I face, and what it would be like, oh, thank you, to do this on your own. In case you guys ever do want to run your own tournaments, I thought I would...
Dogozilla has been loyal for 8 months. Midas Mode hype.
That's great. But yeah, so just wanted to tell you guys the idea why I've chosen to do it now. I guess I don't even need headphones for this, but whatever, fuck it. All right, so why now? It's been 5 years. Well, for the first time, the DPC season is actually open. The pro circuit took up a lot of time from the DPC calendar, and it was really hard to get players and talent and all that stuff for regular Midas Mode. So now that the DPC calendar is open and the Dota Pro Circuit is no more, I think that it is actually time for third-party events to return. So that's cool. Second thing is I promised I would not do another Midas Mode until I forgot how painful the last one was. I mean, it was crazy. Again, it was 5 years ago. Me 5 years ago, 5 years of less experience, trying to run a tournament on my own with Moonduck and my best friends and just trying to figure it out. But it was basically me. I was, the host. Me and Zayori got like sponsors. I had planning. We had map stuff. It was literally just like a one-man show for most of it, and then putting it on with a fantastic crew like Pop-Tart and Buka and JJ. But it was way, 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 way too much for me to do it by myself. So... oh, I have a dead pixel on my camera. Oh no, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, well, that's all you're gonna look at now. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. Well, anyway, so why now? Well, I think that I'm gonna try to get help on this Midas Mode. I think I'm gonna try to go forth and maybe get a studio to help me or something like that, and go and put this thing on. And number one thing, though, that's changed from the last time is I've had a lot of experience in producing since the last Midas Mode. Captain's Draft was one of my first tournaments that I helped make, and then Midas Mode 1, 2, Elimination Mode, but it's been 5 years, man. I've produced TIs. I've produced other shows like for Genshin Impact and the VTuber Awards. I think I've been an associate producer for the International for like 4 years, so I've just gotten a lot more experience, and I know how to diversify jobs a lot better and to work on teams. I don't have to do it all myself anymore. So yeah, that's something that I've been doing a lot for the last few years, and I think I could be a lot more successful and not kill myself doing it. So yes. Where should we start on episode 1 of the blog? I guess we should talk about why I want to do it and what the idea is. This is another thing about Midas Mode. Midas Mode in the past has been something that's, oh, the last TI? I did not work on the last TI. Sorry. But no. But that's okay. Because we had other stuff going on. So it's all good. And I thought the last TI was fantastic too. Could add more content, but what could he do? So, with that out of the way, God, this dead pixel is really bothering. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry I have to deal with that. But anyway, so with that in mind, what is the idea? Now, Midas Mode is a unique tournament because it is about, economy and spending money and valuating something. But the players are naturally really great at breaking tournaments. That is Dota 2. It's breaking the perfect game and winning millions of dollars, the hardest game in the world. So for Midas Mode 1, the players absolutely dumpstered it. They figured it out super, super quick. How do we break this system? And I believe they did it by randoming every hero and then just picking Bounty Hunter, and the win rate was really good because, they got to save money and they still did pretty good in their games. And it was pretty much a pub. Midas Mode 2, with the custom map, they basically just broke the economy system a lot easier and figured out how to like save their money, spend their money. Some people tried really hard, like Sursa Team, Stunners, Gork's team were super try hard. OG came in and they were just trying to have fun. So there's a lot of questions of where to take the tournament. What lessons did we learn from last time? Well, we definitely learned that custom maps are scary. That was a huge thing. We had our map makers, some of the best guys in the world in Dota 2 map making. I took a lot of them from that project, Midas Mode 2, and then put them on the community tutorial, the Netflix show match that I made for DOTA Esports. And they've had a lot of experience, too, in the last 5 years of making custom maps. So Sunsfan, of course, worked with that guy, fantastic dude named Firetoad and his team. I've worked a lot with them on, like, the tutorial and the other stuff for Dota 2 now. So I feel like we're all getting a lot more experience in these last 5 years, and it'll come through a lot better together. But that's one thing that I learned. Custom maps are a bitch. You have to have everybody download the custom map. You have to have everybody have the right version of the custom map. And we got that map done like a day before the tournament. We tried to test it. It just came in too late. So it's going to be done months before now. Yeah, so that's lesson number 1. Number 2, players, a little shaky when it comes to commitments, especially with prize pool. There's a lot of really great names out there. Dota players that love this game, love the community. They just want to do anything that they can to have fun. There's others that you really have to wrangle to do anything nice, which is tough, especially teams, full teams. It's been impossible to get in contact with full teams and have them commit to literally anything in the Dota schedule until this year, until now that the DPC has, kind of opened up. So that's probably another big thing that I think that we can fix this year. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So what is the idea? How are we going to make it different from the last Midas Mode? How are we going to make this something unique and organic that people can actually really, really enjoy? So here's the idea. Imagine a world where instead of the typical... Maybe I should just get the sheet up. No. I'll go with the sheet for you guys later. Imagine Game of Thrones in the Dota 2 world. Imagine a lore map of the Dota 2 world. But in this tournament, instead of a regular tournament, it's Game of Thrones. The games themselves are a roll of the D20. When we create a situation, a story, a narrative around the tournament, and each one of these houses are battling across the Dota 2 world in a Mafia, Game of Thrones, D&D narrative type adventure where what happens in the game is actually what determines what happens throughout the series. So the idea is Midas Mode 3 Banner Lords. Here's how it would work. Each team is simply an owner of a house, like in Game of Thrones. They are there, and every single series, they need to hire their players. So instead of just having teams compete, we have a mercenary wall, 15 different people coming in every single series, and then their pro players that have come and signed up. Now, depending on how good of a pro player they are, what they do, how they're performing in the tournament, they will cost different money. Now, a mortal draft, I guess it is a little bit like a mortal draft. However, this is Midas Mode. So how do we make it fun? Well, shitty people also are invited. Let's say the ass man, James, comes in. He's not a great Dota player, but if you hire James, instead of spending 2,000 gold, you get 200 gold, and the enemy only gets 1 courier, because he is the ass man. Stuff like that. Perhaps Gaben will come, and he nukes everything. That is the thing I forgot to say. So the games themselves will happen around the Dota 2 map, which is a full map from the Tyrian Plain, which is a fantastic project. And it will actually happen within a narrative. So I want to make a story about these Banner Lords coming together and fighting each other and dying and hiring mercenaries to fight one another, betraying each other, incentivizing them to backstab one another, form alliances. So every Bannerlord has a special ability. Let's say Pyrian Flax's is cast your spells. We hit a button, a giant overlay comes over, and Pyrian Flax, he screams out, cast your spells! And everybody's spell is instantly casted. You know? Stuff like that. They would also have a boon, which they are able to deliver to other players in the tournament. So let's say that, you know, Purge Gamer's house has a lot of gold. And if you get eliminated from the tournament, the gold is split between the person that eliminated you, and the rest of it, half, goes back into the entirety of everybody. So, Purge really wants to win, but everybody wants Purge to lose. He has triple gold of everyone else. Bannerlords are able to provide them with boons, which will sabotage and give little buffs during your games. However, you don't know if a Bannerlord truly give you their boon until you hit the button. So, short and sweet, I want a narrative-driven tournament where everybody is super excited about each one of these houses. They're excited about who the mercenaries are for the day, how much they cost, who's going to win. Now, why would you get excited about this? Why would you care? Here's the big dream. Here's the kicker. I pay every player for playing the game. We want to get Arteezy, okay. We pay him to come and play his game. If he's hired and he wins, he gets money. If he doesn't win, he still gets money. So who gets the prize pool? You do. That is the plan. I want to try to raise as much money as possible and then have people sign up to be Pyrian Flax's part of his house. And if Pyrian Flax wins the tournament, $500,000 is evenly spread between everybody that signed up for his house. That is the idea. I want, chat to vote on a lot of different shit. I want them to help their Bannerlords on their process and have these like Slay the Spire like things come up in between matches, and they vote. Do we give the beggar money? Yes or no? And then this is how we have a super fun invested tournament, because you guys watching at home take the money as much as we can raise. That is the idea. I don't think anyone's ever done anything like this before where the viewers actually get the funds. So that would be kind of the short and sweet. We just need about 12 Bannerlords. We need about 15 mercenaries a day over the course of a week in a double elimination tournament. But you sign on with what house you think will win, and if they make it the whole way, it's all yours. You split the bounty. So, I don't know. It's interesting. Now, I've been thinking about how could this actually be possible. I think that there's a lot of different options that you could go. I think that it's probably something like getting the right sponsor. For example, let's say that we contacted PayPal, right? And PayPal agreed to do this. It has to be some kind of system where the entire thing, everybody can have fun. You don't have to put a single penny into it. And then you get to participate in this tournament, right? Like, everything is unlocked. You get to go into the Discord and talk to your Bannerlord. You get to vote on your Bannerlord. You get, like, the Reddit flares, the Twitch flares, all that stuff. 100%, completely free. Everything's good. But if you want to go for that prize pool, I would imagine that it's like, I don't know, we contact, like, Cash App, and they say, okay, give us $1 and we accept donations. So anybody that like donates to the prize pool is automatically linked in to take the money back. That's the only way I could possibly see it working, is like they have to put something in and then take it out. So I'm not quite sure. Honestly, is it gambling? Maybe. I mean, Midas Mode has always had gambling sponsors. We've had gambling sponsors since before anybody. So, potentially, could a gambling sponsor be a part of this only for people that want to make money off it? Sure. What I really care about is not so much people making money off the tournament, but just people feeling like they're actually invested in teams for a real reason. And that investment comes with them dynamically shaping how these teams play the tournament and helping make their decisions. I think that would be so fun. The best thing about last time was, like, the creep takeover for me. We had this feature in Midas Mode 2 where fans watching could go in and they could play as creeps, and it just was the fucking funnest, coolest thing. So anyway, I need to do research if A, this is legal, B, if this is possible. But I do think it must be. I mean, betting websites exist. You can go in there and put money behind a team and then get paid. So I don't know. I need to do research. Again, this is the dream stage. This is just the idea. So let's find out if that's even possible. That's step number one. Let's figure out if anybody would even do that. But having the viewers feel like they have agency is the big number one goal. I want people to say, I'm a big fan of Pyrian Flax House. I am signed up with a Pyrian Flax House. I vote every single time that he's in game. I'm spamming the chat, and if we reach a certain amount of emotes, he unlocks like a power that helps his team. Seems fun. I don't want it to be a popularity contest, so it needs to be a little balanced. But I just think a tournament designed around a compelling story narrative where it's not just you're watching teams go head-to-head and who the fuck cares, but it's like House Purge meets House Suns fan on the fields of endless carnage. And that's right. So we're going to go through the actual Dota map is the dream, made on a custom map in Dota. And each section of the map will have super funny things. Like, let's say that we're fighting in the succulent wastes where Sand King is in. Maybe there's a dust storm that pops up randomly, and when it does, you can't tell your ally from your enemy, and friendly fire is on. Shit like that. So, yeah. I think it could be really fun. I think, again, in the past, people have donated to Midas Mode because they like the tournament idea and they want to be a part of it and they want to have agency. So I think we would do something like that. That's the general idea. Now, I told you guys we're going to do weekly blogs every single week about the progress. So this is stage one. If we're going to do this tournament in like April or July, things might super, super dynamically change. But I do know my weaknesses. My two weaknesses are, one, I never pay myself enough money. I do things for free. Work my ass off if I'm passionate about it. That's weakness number one. Doesn't really have a lot to do with this one. Weakness number two is I get really excited and try to add a lot and a lot and a lot. And things blow up out of proportion. And I try to have too many features on stuff because I get really excited. So I'm trying to keep this one super, super, super simple. And have Midas Mode 3, a narrative-driven story where teams have to purchase mercenaries based on gold that they've acquired, have it be like a social game like Mafia, and have the viewers intimately invested in where their united team goes. That's general idea. And there's a lot of stuff we can add to that later, like, motivational ways to have them backstab each other, other economy stuff, twists, turns, all this shit. But at the core essence, I want a tournament where the fans feel like they dictate where it goes, and it's still Midas Mode, and it's super fun. One of the biggest reasons that I'm doing this is, again, getting an entire team is super hard. In my opinion, if we had a week-long tournament, 2 series a day, I don't think it would be that hard to get 15 people a day. Because, well, okay, maybe not 50. I guess we need something like 20 people a day. But it's just a Google Calendar. If James can show up for one day for 3 hours, he's on the mercenary board. If Puppy can come for one day for 3 hours, he's on the mercenary board. Maybe we see him again, maybe not. But it sounds easier than getting all of Team Secret. If I can just get Puppy for 3 hours, he's in the tournament. We had fun. His special ability is that he smashes the enemy monitors and their entire screen goes black for 3 seconds, or a puppy pause at any time. Should be funny. That's the dream right there. So we will see how it turns out. But this is the dream so far and where I hope that we can go. Will it be successful? What are the biggest things in my way? Well, number one is I really want to figure out if it's humanly possible to give fans prize pool. I don't think anyone's ever done it before. I think there's a lot of legal issues with it. Like, we can't just do a GoFundMe, because that's like a lottery. If I did a GoFundMe and I said, hey, donate $1, pick a house, and if they win, I'll give you the money. Technically, that's possible, but that's got to be illegal. So I don't know. There's got to be systems in place, like getting a title sponsor who's a money-moving service like Wise or Cash App or PayPal or a variety of betting companies. I don't know. But, yeah. Again, the number one thing for me is I want people to feel invested in their team. I want you to sign up for House Purge and be like, fuck yeah, I'm House Purge. I'm going to be there for House Purge. We can do this, and have people care. Because I think that's one really weird thing about Dota Esports is that people are mostly aligned with players over teams because it has such validity to it. I think the DPC was amazing at that. Like, people actually love gaming gladiators because they stuck together for so long. OG, same kind of deal. But now that that's gone, I'm thinking that most of the DPC system is going to return to Mercenary anyway. And people are just, I love Miracle. You know, I love this guy. So I really want people to feel invested in House Pyrian Flax. I really want them to be like, we can do this. Help them make their decisions. Go into the Discord. Build this tournament around them. So it should be fun.
Anyway, crypto. I'm not sure about. I don't know enough about crypto to make that work, but I want it to be very easy too. Like, I don't want to have any ulterior motives on it. If you want to win part of the prize pool, you can do it. It's a donation to us, and then we distribute that evenly, but really that's not the key to it. I don't even know if it's legal. I just want people to be invested and have fun. So, yeah. Besides that, what other issues do I have? One big issue that I think is something that, we'll say that for another blog, but I think toxicity could definitely come in. I think a lot of the worst fans in Dota are the people that invest too much into this stuff. You know, like, imagine that the grand finals is happening. Purge is up against Team OG. Purge's house only has 10 people that signed on. Team OG has 100,000, and the prize pool is $500,000. If Purge wins this game, 10 people split $500,000 that are in his house. That's so fucking hype. But wouldn't you be super, super mad if you were, like, if Purge drafted, I don't know, Fogged, and Fogg just griefed the game? He picked, like, Venomancer and died 14 times. Wouldn't you just fucking hate Fogged so much? I mean, that's really fun and cool, but I want to figure out ways to reduce toxicity with that too, because I think that could be something naturally that comes up. So we'll be making a blog post a few weeks down the line on that. I want to make sure this is a very feels-good event and that everyone's having fun and they're all showing up. Yeah, I support my house, but at the same time, it's not Purge's fault that we lost. It's not the Mercenaries' fault that we all lost. We all collectively lost because of decisions. So, yeah, I think that would be fun. Yes, I know, my camera has a dead pixel. I need to get a new camera. I'm so sorry, fam. I'm so sorry. But anyway, I think that one of the ways I'm going to curb that is to try to have a lot of the major decisions be voted on by the houses of the fans. Like, in between each game, if you guys have ever played Slay the Spire, I want events to come up, because it is a D&D narrative campaign where these houses are fighting to get to the capital and claim, you know, the Aegis. So it's like, you know, you're walking down the city, you see a guy, he's hooded, and he says, hey, could you please give me this, yes or no? And then chat votes, their house votes on it, and oh no, it turned out to be Eternal Envy, and now he's a forced mercenary, and his special power is, you know, 50-50 of if he kills someone or if they stay at 1 HP, something like that. I want the players to feel like they are just as much, the house members, the viewers, they're just as much invested as the house itself. So this is like the dream. And again, I think it's possible. If we set out our time period months and months in advance, we send this calendar to every single person from Dota's past, future, history, all players, talent, anybody, and just be like, give me 3 hours. Come in and be a mercenary. I think we can get such an incredible amount of people, not only from Dota, but just around the gaming world in general. So, anyway. Yeah, we'll see. That's the general idea, though. Of course, we're going to do this every week. Episode 1, Vlog 1 is announcement and general idea, and I'll really, really, really be looking for your guys' feedback on many factors. For one, no one's ever done a tournament like this before. I would say the closest anyone has ever done in Dota is Dirt Mall. If you're a Slacks stream fan, you might remember that from a long time ago. But basically, Dirt Mall was me and Pyrian
saying, okay, we want to have a tournament where all the guys on the bottom of the Dota 2 Twitch, they're playing against the guys on the top of the Dota 2 Twitch because we want to grow the Dota 2 scene and we want to provide streamers with a bigger audience and share that stuff. So your team are your fans versus another team's fans. That was fun. And that was very successful in some ways. And in other ways, we learned a lot. So yeah, it's similar to that, but just on a super grand scale. Like, I want to have the entire pro player base just give us one BO3 in a week. And if they want to do more, that's great. But just have them on the mercenary wall and have these guys fight to the death. Sounds really funny. So, other stuff to think about. Other languages is a huge pain in the ass. Let me tell you. Midas Mode 2, we had a China division. Holy shit. We were staying up all night. We had translators. There was a lot of miscommunications. I believe the team asked at the grand finals if they could stop playing Midas Mode and just play a real game. We had issues. So, yeah, that's going to be something. We'll see, though. I mean, I think in this tournament, though, we could do anything. Because let's say that we do get Zhao 8, and he has horrible ping. He has 300 ping. Okay, well, he's free. He's just like, yeah, he's got 300 ping, but he's free. That's part of the price of Zhao 8. Buy him. He's free. You know? It's a lot easier to do shit like that in this weird kind of tournament structure. So, yeah, that's the general idea. I'm super, super interested if you guys would watch this. Do you think that this is a good idea? Do you actually think that you would sit down for a week and watch a pseudo D&D campaign where you're aligned to a house and the big decisions, much like Game of Thrones, happen when they go to the battlefield? Is that interesting to you? Second idea, do you think that giving money to fans is weird or cool? I'm really strung up on this. Like, I feel like if we got like Cash App and you gave $1 to the prize pool and then you were in the drawing to win if your house won, that's kind of fucking cool. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think it's really interesting. So I'm not sure. I'm really looking for your feedback as well. We'll see, though. Giving money to fans is a really bad idea. It might be. I'm not sure. I think it's insane. And I think the idea is less funny the more money that we get. I mean, no, it's more funny the more money that we get. Like, can you imagine if somehow we got this sponsor for $1 million and it was like a house of 50 people versus a house of 50 people, and the Dota community got like legitimately 750K. It's not the players this time. That's so fucking crazy, dude. An exclusive in-game item? Well, I don't work for Valve, so I don't know what to tell you there. Getting stuff is okay. I don't know. I don't know how to make stuff. Merch? That's even worse. Merch is like you spend 3 times as much shipping it to people across the world. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. But, again, that's not the point. That was a fun idea. I don't know if it's going to go there. The point is I want people invested in the teams. If it's not like prize pool, if it's something else, if it's just an investment and then they get like special perks if their team wins or something, I don't know. This is the first one, so we'll find out. Really interested in your guys' feedback, though, if you have any. Super interested to get started on this, and we'll see. I'm pumped. I think it will be funny overall. The custom map should be super, super, super funny. I think if we have all the mercenaries that are not pro players, like super bad players, have funny effects. The Banner Lords have their special Super Smash Brothers abilities. Boons are going out to sabotage each other. They're assassinating each other, giving each other poison and shit, trying to sabotage everything. I think that would be really cool. And the map, too, I do want every region. I want this to be a big deal. So I want to have a real Dota map, like that Tarim Plain project, and I've been talking to the guy, and he's on board. But I want to have a real map where Team Secret wins here. They win in, like, Roseleaf. And then Gaming Gladiators win in a desert, and then they meet in Venomancer's homeland of the Isle of, whatever, GD, I don't remember. But they meet in the Poison Swamp. And it's like that map has specific things. The entire tournament is now themed around Poison Swamp for that day. Like, we're fighting there, and if you kill a creep, a Venomancer Poison Cloud explodes out of it. I want that to be funny, and I want that to be really good. So, yeah. We'll talk about that next time, too. When it comes to viewer investment and houses and all that. I do really want it to be Game of Thrones. When somebody's knocked out, their armies die, that guy's kind of maybe still around. You know, he's hanging out. He's finding a way to finagle his way onto another team and keep playing the game. So we'll see. But there's going to be a lot of brainstorming and figuring out if what I want to do is possible and where to go. But that is, as I said in our blog, step number 1 of creating a tournament. What is your unique idea? What do you think would be cool? Why are you making this tournament? Anytime I make a content piece, be it for Dota or any other of my jobs, I ask myself 3 questions. Can I make this? Right now, yeah, I think I can make it. It's going to be a pain in the ass. It's going to take up all my time. But yeah, I think that it could happen. I think that there's a lot of people I've worked with before. I could find a good production company to help with it. And I think that I have a lot of experience, you know, fucking almost a decade of producing Dota 2 events. So yes, I think I can. Most important question, should you do this? Is this something that you should make? Does it have an impact? Is it something unique enough in the world where it deserves to exist? And I think so as well. I think it's something brand new and interesting. Having somebody watch a tournament, not just to see who's the best players, but invested in it for the best house and having a dynamic story being told with a tournament is super cool. So yeah. And then the third one is, you know, can I do it? Should I do it? Sorry. That was a third. The third one is, you know, does it deserve to exist? Is yes. So we skipped one. Should I do it? Is this going to be a positive thing? Is this going to do, you know, is this something that is a net positive for the scene in Dota 2 in general? Like, is this creating something good? I think so. I think that bringing back third-party events that are made by community members that are more of a celebration of just having fun in Dota and putting people in funny, weird situations is super cool. So yeah, I think that it fits my 3 of can I do it, should I do it, and does it deserve to exist? And I say, yeah, for sure. So I'm in. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Can I afford it? I mean, that depends. That depends. But yeah, happy to do like an AMA to end this video, as this is kind of our first step into Midas Mode 3 dev blogs. If you guys are interested in helping or anything, by the way, feel free to drop me a line or an email. I do not let people work for free for me, though, just because I think that's stupid. So if you do want to help out, do make sure that you have some kind of experience and know that I am going to pay you. I don't like volunteers. Volunteers are like, I don't know. We made the community tutorial project and I asked for favors. I was like, Tsunavi, can you voice something? But if you actually want to work on this project and be part of it, I'm going to pay you. So make sure that you actually want to be dedicated and have skills for it. So anyway, AMA though, what do we got, guys? I'm reading the chat now. Really exciting. Love the idea. Is there a guarantee? Is it still up in the air? In person. I'm not sure. That depends on, you know, who ends up being the production company for it and all that. I mean, I loved having an audience. My goal in Midas Mode 2 was to make one of the best VIP audience experiences ever in Dota. And I think that Midas Mode 2 had its issues with delays and map problems and balance issues, but I do think we succeeded. I think everyone that came to that tournament had a fucking blast. So I hope that they agree with me, but I'm not sure if we could do audience on this one. I'll have to find out as the year goes on. Custom skins like Axe Milos or Disruptor Tractor. I mean, we sold those to the community. Like, they donated, and that was part of the prize pool. Can't remember, but I don't think we actually raised that much. I know, guys like No Tail, like straight up DM me and they're like, I'll give you a large amount of money to make Shrek. And I'm like, why? He's like, I think it's funny. And I just won TI, so I don't give a fuck. So I don't know. Again, I do think it would be really funny to give the prize pool to people, especially people that donated. So maybe? I'm not sure. Is House Slacks an option? No. No, no, no. This is the one biggest takeaway I had from Midas Mode 2. If you produce the event, do not be part of the event, okay? I've learned a big, big lesson from this, guys. Last time on Midas Mode, I had fucking fires happening while I'm on panel, while I'm hosting, while I'm getting people ready. No, no, no. I am back of house on this one. Back of fucking house on this one. I am not in front of the camera unless, like, I'm a host and everything's going swimmingly. I have hosted events that I've worked on in the past, you know, like the International as an associate producer for that. Genshin Impact events I've hosted and, you know, been the back of house. But that was mostly from a let's make sure this is smooth process, and I don't think anyone else could do this. I think anybody from the Dota talent world would be so good at this. They'd be great banner lords. They'd be great casters, so I think it would be good. Revive the battle pass. I don't know if I have that sway, my friend. Can you reach out to BTS? I don't think BTS exists anymore. I think the majority of BTS is now a content crew for Ludwig, and they do fantastic stuff. So I don't think that they would do it, but we'll see. Don't forget the NFL thing. Right. Yeah, that too. The K-pop band. No, not them. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions or any comments, feel free to leave them on the YouTube video. I will make this into a YouTube video and an official announcement. It's going to be a very, very, very long and hard process. But we will see. We have a lot of big missions. Number one, we need to dynamically nail down exactly what we want to do. Exactly what this tournament looks like. Then we need to pitch it to sponsors. A lot of it. We need to raise money. Dota 2 is one of the worst games to hold a tournament in because the players need a lot of money. On the first Midas Mode, we raised, I think it was $50,000 or $70,000. The pro players laughed at us. The only way we could get pro players to do it is if they said that they could write it off to charity because it was such a little amount of money. I think we got $150K for Betway Midas Mode 2. And it was still such a pain in the ass. We had to get like half of the people to be just pub players. So this time, I think that if we can raise enough money, we can actually get good pros. But the system designed around just paying them for playing in a 3-hour slot and then they're fucking done would be awesome. But we need cash. So we need to find out. We need to sell this is number 2, 100%. We need a production company to help me run it and do all that jazz. And then, then we need to meme it. We need to have fun. I think that was the biggest thing that I regretted from last Midas Mode 2 was that we got so caught up in trying to fix the system that we forgot to have fun with it. Like, we had this super fun map. We had this really stupid shit, but players wanted to come in and get fucked with. They wanted to have fun. And we had to work so hard to, make sure that it was balanced and working. This time, fuck that. The players come in, they play for one series on one day. Maybe they come back tomorrow. I just want to have fun. I want to fuck with people. I want the fun parts about the tournament to be the narrative structure of a dynamic battle between houses going head to head to take over the capital, and anything could happen, So that should be fun. Grubster. Yeah, I think Grubby would be a very good banner lord. I think that would be funny. So here's the thing about, we'll get into this on another blog. We're running pretty long here. So anyway, episode 1. Thank you guys for watching the Midas Mode 3 dev blog. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or suggestions, leave them below. If you want to help in the tournament, just show up to these. Give me your real feedback. Tell me what you would actually enjoy watching. Tell me what you would actually want to see. any ideas that you have, I'm going to be open to feedback. This is like a me show and really trying to make this thing happen. You can message me in the YouTube comments if you guys make Reddit threads. If you email me at siractionslacks@gmail.com, I will read every single one. Might not respond to every single one, but I will definitely read them. And we'll get working on this. So it is January 8th. January, March, April. That's 3 months. That seems hard. May, June, July. That's probably more like it. 3 to 6 months. So we will see, guys. But yeah, I'm excited to work on this project again. Last time it almost fucking killed me, and I needed 5 years to recuperate. So if you like the idea, if you don't like the idea, please let me know. We'll see how it goes. But thank you all for watching. Thanks for being you, Dota community, and I hope this thing happens. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you, guys. Goodbye.